My name is Pratyusha Bajpayee. I am from AGPN Convent and ER School of grade 8. My question is about inflation. Today we got to know that inflation affects the poor people, those who are not having the capacity to pay such to buy their essential products. So I want to ask that how it is beneficial for the consumers. How inflation is beneficial for the consumers. How it's helpful.
Inflation in itself is not really beneficial, but you do want prices to go up and down depending on the shortage of one product and extra availability on another. If these adjustments, relative price adjustments, have to take place and prices are sticky downwards, only way you can make relative adjustment is allowing a small amount of inflation. So it's that. And you have to keep in mind that you want, with this inflation, wage is also a payment for labor. So you want that to go up as well. So inflation should not be just prices going up, wages not going up. Then of course, your GDP per capita is falling, and there have been periods when that happens. What's happening in India a little bit, and on this actually I've just begun doing some calculation. The inflation is, GDP is growing in India. But if you look at it carefully, the bottom segment, the way the inflation is spread, vegetable price inflation very high, luxury price inflation not so high, with the result that the bottom segment is being hit negatively. And I wouldn't be surprised if you do a detailed calculation that real GDP growth for people below the 90% of the population is negative, precisely for the kind of reason that you're saying.
You are absolutely right when you say that inflation could not be helping consumers. You are 100% right. Inflation cannot help the consumers, but inflation will benefit producers typically, those. And inflation also because we are talking about a general equilibrium system, inflation brings about, we are talking about a large number of goods, N goods, and N goes to a very large number. Okay, when you have inflation, it brings about a generation of income process, which can be positive for certain sections of the population. So you have to assess, inflation as such hits the consumers. Inflation benefits the producers. Inflation brings about major changes in the income and wage generation process. The totality of it all is one in which a small amount of inflation is regarded to be beneficial for the economy at large, for the economy to be running at a good pace. No development economist would say that we should go for a zero inflation or a negative inflation. Typically, they would all agree that a small amount of inflation is necessary and required for a good pace for the economy to have. That will always benefit a class of producers. It will benefit a class of income and wage earners. So even though it hurts the consumers, the totality of the picture is one in which a small amount of inflation would typically be beneficial. Yeah.